Harvard, there are 2,600 more administrators than undergrads. How long until there's going to be more administrators than students in general? Undergrad is pretty much everyone going up to a bachelor's degree, right? So the first 4 years, 4 fucking years, they have more administrators than students in their first 4 years of college at Harvard. Harvard University employs about 1,352 full-time administrators for every 1,000 undergraduate students enrolled at the university, an analysis conducted by the College Fix found. This is more than a 9% increase from the current year -10, -9 school year, where there were 1,240 administrators per 1,000 students, according to the analysis, which used data provided by Harvard to the Federal Integrated Post-Secondary Indoctrination Data System. So this is their self-reporting too. Fuck, man, it might be even worse. Just think of how much cheaper tuition could be if they got rid of all this bloat. They're literally burning money. They're throwing money away, hiring useless people to useless positions. During the current year -2, -1 school year, the most recent year for which data is available, Harvard had 10,120 full-time administrators and support staff. In contrast, it had 3,899 full-time teaching and instructional staffers. The total number of undergrads that year was 7,483. Yeah, this is why college is going up. I mean, really, the teaching staff aren't getting the money. It's the bloat. It's the administrators. Administrative costs have ballooned in these schools. But hey, guaranteed student loans. That means they could charge whatever they want. Now, the ratio of students to instructional staff has largely stayed the same since current year -10, -9, increasing only 2.36% over the last decade. The growth in personnel at Harvard is almost entirely for non-teaching positions, including many jobs focusing on advanced diversity, equity, and inclusion. Bloat. At the Ivy League institution, according to the analysis, they're literally wasting money. They're burning money. Dude, could you just give that money to me if you're gonna waste it anyway? Like, instead of throwing it away, I'll take it. Harvard University's Media Relations Department also now responded to a request from the College Fix seeking comment. Yeah, you're probably blacklisted, guys. So American higher indoctrination burdens under a massive administrative bloat. There are now more administrators than professors. Famed civil liberties attorney, Harvard alumnus Harvey Silvergate told the College Fix. No, by far. Look, they have almost 3,900 teachers, over 10,000 administrators. That's like, what, 250% more? It's fucking crazy. Silverglate argued that his alma mater is suffering with administrators and recently ran an unsuccessful campaign to be elected to its board of overseers to help reform the bloat. His platform includes a stance that institutions should dismiss 95% of the bureaucrats. And why do you think you lost? The bureaucrats aren't going to let you. Having so many administrators who I prefer to call bureaucrats adversely affects the academic culture, he said in an email interview with the College Fix. And he's right. I'm glad there's a few people willing to take up the fight now, but I think it's too little too late. Administrators with little useful work to do enact speech codes with the codes enforced by kangaroo courts composed of mostly of administrators. These administrators have no idea what academic freedom is, much less due process. 100% agreed. The reason that things are getting worse is because all this bloat is comprised of busybody Karens, and when they got nothing to do, they manufacture problems. Under the College Fix analysis, administrators and support staff include management, student and academic affairs divisions, IT, public relations, administrative support, maintenance, legal, and other non-academic departments. Harvard employs dozens of full-time administrators and staff in diversity, equity, and inclusion positions, both at the university level and within each of its schools. Literally wasting money, man. At the university level, Harvard employs 10 full-time DI officials, including Chief Diversity Inclusion Officer, Senior Outreach and Digital Strategy Officer, Associate Director for DI Research and Assessment. We don't need all of them. It's all diversity and inclusion shit. In addition, each school employs DI officials. For example, there are 7 in Harvard Law School, 6 in its School of Public Health, 3 in the Kennedy School of Government, 3 in School of Engineering, 3 in the Graduate School of Design, 6 in the School of Public Health, 3 at the Harvard Graduate School of Indoctrination, 2 in its School of Dental Medicine, and 1 in its Harvard Divinity School. Harvard Business School also maintains advanced racial equity and diversity team that consists of 8 DI officials. Ugh. Harvard's Dean of Students office also has a roster of 10 DI staffers. That's a lot of bloat, man. And how many of them have like 5 assistants each? Heather McDonald, whose summer current year piece in Shitty Journal also detailed the phalanx of DI employees at Harvard, noted that even adding up all the listed positions was an undercount. It does not include the dozens of Title IX administrators seated throughout Harvard's various schools or the student services bureaucrats who may not have the totems diversity, equity, and inclusion or belonging in their job title, but who are equally dedicated to the idea that Harvard's marginalized communities need special assistance. Harvard's Office for Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion and Belonging did not respond to College Fix's request for comment. They were too busy manufacturing problems. They don't have time for you. Now, Harvard's annual operating expenses in the current year -1 school year came in at $5.4 billion. Holy fuck! Which is larger than the annual GDP of more than 25 countries. Talk about privilege. Its website states it ended fiscal year current year -1 with an operating surplus of $406 million. I bet that money is going to go to hire more bloat instead of make the school better. Asked whether Harvard's large surplus justifies its number of DI staffers, McDonald told the College Fix it does not, saying no college, however well endowed, should ever waste its resources on anti-intellectual endeavors. Yeah, too bad they don't see it that way. The DI bureaucracy is a vapid construct founded on a fiction that Harvard discriminates against so-called marginalized groups, she said via an email. Now, no university should enshrine a lie in its very structure. So they might be able to keep operating like this for a while until eventually the bloat gets to the point where they no longer have a surplus. And at that point, it's too late because when you're staffed almost entirely by bloat, you can't cut them. The bloat exists for self-preservation. Good luck. McDonald, who is on the College Fix advisory board, added the costs of DI bureaucracy extend far beyond the salaries and space provided to its official members, far beyond the faculty and research time lost to needless diversity indoctrination. The costs include teaching privileged young people to think of themselves preposterously as victims, a misconception they will carry with them into the adult world. Yeah, imagine being rich and calling you and still considering yourself a victim. Aye. And that misperception in turn results in destruction of our core meritocratic institutions and the dulling of our scientific and technological competitive edge. You know, I'll say this. This might sound selfish, but this is my same reaction. Like, did you guys see that video on like Twitter and TikTok and Instagram and everywhere about that like 20-year-old, like that Gen Z whammons that was literally crying because her 9-to-5 job doesn't leave her with any time to like have fun and enjoy her life. I love it that people like that seem to be the majority of the new workforce. Because guess what? I got job security thanks to those idiots. Man, I would be getting concerned if young people were like smarter than me and harder working than me. But no, all I see coming into the job market are these useless activists that all they know how to do is cry. Like, yeah, I don't got to worry about losing my job to these idiots. I could probably work till I'm 90 if I lived that long and I wanted to. Harvard's administrative bloat outpaced that of any other elite institution. Stanford, where administrators nearly outnumbered undergrads enrolled at the school. Yeah, there are 931 full-time admins per 1,000 undergrads at Stanford. Well, Stanford's actually doing a little bit better, huh?